I learned a lot about the product and a lot about the history. And I actually was very interested, because I'm a breastfeeding mom and a breastfeeding advocate, to learn that the benefits of this blood protein were found when weaning piglets. And it wasn't because the nutrition was lacking, it was because of the stress of the
Hmm.
experience of weaning, which all of us have mom guilt about. So we hear that
Right.
for the pigs and for the moms. So tell me about how that blood protein helped these weaning pigs.
Yeah, so what the beauty behind blood proteins, what they do is it's really simple. It sounds like a really complicated science, but it's very, very simple. When there's stress or like an injury, inflammation is created at the source, right? Which is normal. But when that inflammation isn't able to be reduced, the body can't keep up to solve its own problem. So what blood proteins do is they go to the source and reduce the pro-inflammatory cytokines. Just that's a fancy way of saying the bad inflammation that doesn't go away on its own. And we get rid of that, excess inflammation. We reduce that, and the dog system essentially heals itself. It's a really cool way to think about it. So the reason I was brought in, but the trigger that made me go, okay, this sounds like a great idea, is we had a dog, Roxy at the time.
Oh, sweet
Yeah.
girl.
Um, I married into the Chihuahua, but ended up loving her to death. So um, she hadn't jumped on the couch or the bed for 3 or 4 years, literally not jumped on the couch or the bed for 3 or 4 years. And so I was brought this product, say, hey, try this out. I mean, it's unique, it's different. And so it's extremely skeptical because I had never given supplements to a dog before that. I wasn't, I'm a little bit older, so I grew up in a generation where I bridged the gap between dogs were, on the farm to do just be a dog, and then now we're into pet parent. So I've bridged all those gaps, and I just hadn't even thought about supplements, and so I just started giving them to her, and within 15 days, she was jumping all over the house, the couch, the bed, and she was like a new dog. And we hear all the time that the dog got their puppy legs back. And what the big aha moment for me was is that she could do it the whole time. She was just sore and it wasn't worth it to her, right? So, like if we have a sore back, there's a box on the floor, we're going to wait until our back feels better. Well, if our back never feels better, that box stays there, and all of a sudden there's a new pattern. People are picking up the animal, the pet. They're building stairs, and sometimes those things are needed, but a lot of times they're not. If you just get rid of the inflammation, that dog's body heals itself, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, they got new legs. Well, they didn't. They just got the legs that they could always had were freed up to be able to do what they wanted to do, and they could make a different decision. They could say, oh, it's worth the jump now because I feel okay.